Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò wa podcast ni.
Okay, welcome to the Life Podcast. Hello, this is your host CJ. Once again, we have another interesting conversation, very interesting topic we have today. We're going to be talking about young relationships in Africa. And I have the honor to be blessed by two wonderful women that are from Africa and obviously have the experience of dating in Africa. So we want to try and see if there are some similarities between relationships in Africa and in the Western side of the world here in America. So first, I'm going to go ahead and introduce Hadija. How are you doing today?
I'm good, and you? How are
Um,
you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. And our other guest is Ruth. Ruth, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine.
Ruth. I'm gonna call you Ruth because that's the name I like, Ruth.
Yeah, a lot of people call me that too.
All right, cool. Then we'll stick with that. Um, so we're gonna get straight into it. Let's just talk about these relationships and if there's any similarities, talk about your experiences. Let me start with you, Ruth. How old are you and where are you from?
Well, I'm 23 years old and I'm from Nigeria, Lagos State.
Okay, shout out to Nigeria. All right, and Hadija, what about you? Where are you from and how old are you?
I'm from Kenya, Nairobi, and I'm 27 years old.
All right, cool. So we have, a couple of 20s. I guess you can consider yourselves, you're Gen Zs, yeah?
Gen
Um,
Z.
Oh
yeah.
man, what a generation. Okay, so let me ask this. Let me see if I can start with Hadija. When did you start dating? Like what age? Do you remember your first boyfriend?
I started dating when I was 20 years. Yeah, when I was 20 years.
Okay.
I was back then.
Okay. You said you were what back then?
I was so naive. Like
Uh,
I didn't know about things to do with relationship. It was like a new thing to me.
sure. Yeah, as we all, I think we all can relate to that. And Rue, what about you? When did you start dating?
I had mine quite early. I was 17.
Hey, you're moving fast.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no problem. It's funny, some people would probably consider you both like maybe late bloomers because on the Western side, some people they have boyfriends, 14, 15, 16 years old. So, it's just that kind of thing. But nah, you both started at a good age.
You can't try that in an African home. 15.
Ah, really?
I had a strict parent. I have strict parents though, but I was just stubborn.
Okay. Okay. Hadisha, you say you can't do that in the African home. No?
Yeah, but nowadays you find so many young youths, they are pregnant. They are pregnant from 14 years. We have very like pregnant mothers.
Wow.
Yes.
So
Mm,
so things are changing in the last, 10, 15 years.
Yes, things
yeah.
are changing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Okay. All right. So going back to that first relationship then, how did you meet in person, Rue? I'll start with you. How did you meet that person?
We stayed close to each other. I've known him for a long time. So we've been friends. It just started from friendship then. And we live close, so he always comes by my place, get me things, stuff like that. And I go out with him, lying though that I'm going out with my friends. So my parents didn't know none of that was going on.
Okay. All right. You're being a little sneaky, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. And Hadisha, what about you? What was where did you meet that person?
I met mine. Well, we were hanging out with my friends in a club.
I guess I want to say this, and it could be I guess a lot of things can be said here, so don't be afraid to speak. But right now, what do you look for in a man? Like, what kind of qualities do you want to see in a man?
Well, me, I would want um a provider first of all, and someone that sometimes he hears my opinions too. Sometimes someone that is caring, understanding. That's all. A lot of people like they don't care about you, how this particular thing also makes you feel. They don't care about your opinion in things. Just they're just self-centered, and the only reason how things are to them, and they don't think how it affects you. They just go ahead with whatever pleases them.
I see. So they kind of dominate the situation.
Dominate.
Yeah.
It's not dominate.
Yeah,
Close.
I see. Okay. Hadija, what do you look for in a man? What are some of those qualities?
What I look for a man, a man who is aligns with my values, who is kind-hearted, who is respectful, responsible. Yeah, such qualities.
Okay, respectful, responsible. Okay. Uh,
Loyal.
you said loyal.
Mm-hmm. It's
I
hard. hard.
yeah. That's a tough one at your age. Yeah. So based on, both of you, what you said, you know, has that been difficult to find in your village or in your town? Like those same qualities that you want. Is it difficult to find that in a man right now?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's
Why?
still difficult. Most people don't want commitment, especially the younger ones. That's why a lot of I from my own country, I think a lot of ladies prefer older men because the younger ones they don't care about any of this. I think they're not ready for commitment.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you wanted to say. They just wanted to have sex.
They
Yeah.
just wanted to say the same point. Men nowadays don't like commitment.
Mhm. I see.
Mm.
So, is it something where you look for older men as well?
Me, I wouldn't prefer like dating an older man because they also have their negative side.
Mm. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
I like my age gap. I prefer like someone who is like before by 5 years.
So, okay, so what age are we talking? Like, what's the highest age? You say you're 27,
Mm, like 35,
35.
35.
Okay. Okay. That's
Mm.
still a good range. What about you, Ruth? What's that? And don't lie. Tell me what's the oldest you would go?
I
Because you're the younger
say
one.
I prefer older.
Okay. You, you,
Like the list should be like 7 years older and upward.
okay. So
Yeah.
at least 7 years.
Yes.
Okay, so you're saying like you're 23.
Yes.
So you want to date men in their 30s.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so you
prefer it.
yes.
I've had good. I don't. I've had good experience with the younger guys. With younger guys.
Say that again.
I've not good experience with younger guys. Mm-mm.
I see. It
No,
it could
guys in their they just
yeah.
want to have fun. No, they
Yeah.
don't care about.
Yeah, understandable. Can you relate to that, Hadija? The men in their 20s, they just want one thing.
When I was her age, like around 20 years, I also wanted that. But
Uh
now I am grown. I have seen like I have experienced like some parts of being in a relationship. because I've been in several. So
Yeah. Okay. All
I
right.
don't think I
by
know.
the time she gets 30, she would have changed her mind.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's interesting. I was like different opinions and different cultures, but I like that. That's really interesting. All right, now I want to know about your, well, both of you are currently single right now, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm interested now to know more about your last relationship and how that went and why that ended. You're probably going to be biased and say it was their fault. I know, but you know, it's okay. But Hadija, tell me about your last relationship and where you met and how it ended.
My last relationship ended after I got pregnant, and that is what most men do actually. I'm not trying to be biased, like blaming the other gender. No, the point where you see some men don't like responsibilities. Mm.
Mm, I see.
Mhm.
How old was he, or how old is he now?
Now he's 36. 36, yeah. Now he's 36.
I see. That's unfortunate that he's in his 30s and is not taking responsibility.
Yeah, and what I came to realize is being having an old age doesn't mean you've matured.
Yes.
Someone who in
Yeah.
their 20s can be more matured compared to someone who is in their 30s. So
Yeah, no, I agree. I think they'll say age is just a number, but there's truth to that. Um, but yeah, I think maturity is more about just the mindset and your upbringing, right? I think that's what it's more about. So, and Rue, what about you? What was your last relationship like? Where did you meet that guy and how did it end?
My last relationship is not that long, so and it didn't last that long either.
Mm,
Um, it was just I just found out that we didn't want the same thing. We were not on the same page.
yeah.
Didn't work
Yes.
between. So we just ended things peacefully since we saw that he didn't want what I want, so and I don't want what he wants also.
Yeah, that's very normal, right?
Commitment, he still thinks no, he's not ready for what I want. He just wants us to have just go with the flow, and I don't want that.
Okay, you want something more like committed.
Yeah, I want something solid. I want that kind of shallow relationship.
Yeah, Hadija, why you laughing?
we say
I
the
want to
same.
be
Say it again, Hadija.
I'm saying we say the same word.
Uh, yeah,
Uh,
I think it's almost universal, like what women want, like, that strong commitment. Which
mm,
makes sense, right? Because women want security, like you want to be provided for, you want to know that you can rely on that man. So it makes sense. It really does. Do you feel like today relationships are getting better in your community or are they getting worse?
it's getting worse.
It's getting worse. Why?
It's getting worse because, like I said, a lot of them they don't, and a lot of people don't really date to get married or they don't see it like that anymore. And most people still want that, but most people they don't want that anymore. They feel it's old fashioned, old school or so. That why should a woman want to marry and something like things like that. So they don't really value relationships anymore.
Hmm,
They don't, yeah.
let's see. The last person you dated, how old were they?
He's 28.
Oh, yeah, see, so now you're done with the 20s.
They're never serious.
They're never serious. I understand. It's true. It's true. From my perspective, yeah. When I was in my 20s, I don't have the same feelings I have now. That, I'm in my 30s. I think now I'm much more settled down. I want something real and serious. I think it just comes with the time. So I feel like maybe women in their 20s, maybe they should date men in their 30s. Um,
Mhm.
because I think you start to desire the same thing at that time, you know.
Yes, a
So
woman is different from a man.
exactly, exactly. So, Hadija, you think that relationships are getting worse in your community?
Yeah, they're getting worse because nowadays, like young youth, they have adapted to the Western culture. So everything is just changing.
I see.
Marriages, cultural, the way the older people used to do their things in the past, they are not being done right now.
Do you feel like men are more of the issue, or do you feel like maybe women are more of the issue, like in today's relationships? If you just have to pick one.
It's both of them. I can't just pick one.
It's both of them.
It's not just on the men. It's not just, I wouldn't say it like that.
Okay.
Some also the faults are also from the women sometimes.
Okay. All right. Hadisha, what do you think?
Yeah, I will say both contribute to nini for in order for that relationship to stand strong, the two people should be in an agreement,
Hmm. I,
mm, for it
I
to work.
I like that. I like that answer because oftentimes, at least from what I see on the American side, I feel like you have the other gender blaming the other one. And
Mm,
I think what happens is that you lack accountability and you lack responsibility for yourself. And when you do that, things never really they don't get fixed, right?
true.
I think it's important to understand like the situation, like from both sides,
Yeah.
and try to understand like, okay, what's really going on here, you know? So, that's kind of my opinion. What do you think is like, what do you think is the man's role in a relationship? Like when you're in a relationship, think about yourself in a relationship. Like, what is the man's role? What should the man do?
You're supposed to care for her,
Mm. Care for
protect,
her in what way?
provide.
Say that again.
You're supposed to provide, care, and protect her.
Okay. Care, provide, and protect her. When you
Yeah.
say provide, like provide what?
Some of her needs, I think.
Okay. Her needs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And not only hers, because when like the both of you come together, most of her needs now are like for the household. I think
Yeah.
we are certain that this is the person I want to build with.
Okay. All
Yes.
right. So care, provide, protect. I see. And Hadija, what about you? What is the man's role?
Provider, protector, someone who is a team leader, a leader. He should be able to lead, a
Mm,
lover who knows how to communicate his emotions.
that's very good. I like that. Communicate his emotions. That can be a big problem for men, I feel like. Especially the younger ones. That might not be in tune with their emotions. Like I know 5 years ago, maybe even 10 years ago, I don't think I was the same person I am today with my emotions. So, I think that makes sense. But you also said leader, which is something I really like. I feel like the man should be the leader. Um,
Mm,
And that's why it's important for men to take accountability, um,
Yeah.
and be responsible for the relationship. Be responsible for communicating the right way as much as possible. So I like those answers. Now I'm gonna switch it and I'm gonna ask what's the women's role in a relationship?
To take care of her husband.
Never mad. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, not just yes. He
Yeah.
provides emotional support.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like that. Provide emotional support. That's really good. And to take care of her man. So when you say take care of her man, how do you take care of a man?
It's easy. Once you know, things that you're supposed to do for a man that provides for you, the least you can do is, cook for him, keep keep him household clean, things like that. You're there when he wants to talk, things like that.
Okay. All right. Hadija, you feel the same way?
I was told that men, you're supposed to treat them small babies like your small baby.
Yeah.
That is what actually most men want. And
Yes.
that is what not so many women are willing to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, treat the man like a small baby. That's the first time I've heard it like that. That was really funny. When you say that, like treat the man like a small baby, it's like just cater to him, yeah? Like,
Yeah, um,
yeah, just f like feed him. I'm thinking of like feeding him, like wash
yeah.
his clothes, like a
Mm-hmm.
child.
It's like you're doing nurturing. You know, as women, we have that nurturing nature in us.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have the ability to care. So it's
Mm,
like, I'm learning about like the hormones in the body, and estrogen is obviously a hormone we all carry, but women carry it the most. So that allows you to care a lot, right? As opposed to men, we don't have that. We don't have as much of that most times. So, we don't tend to care enough, but um we can still care and like you said, provide in other ways. So I think it's just about being responsible. But um, what about now describing like your ideal man? What does the ideal man look like to you? Like if you had to describe him. Hadija, who's your ideal man?
I will say someone who complements my personality, who makes me feel loved, being cared for, who is who I am safe around with.
And it's the same thing. Just need someone that, is a man and he cares for you, provides, protect.
Have you seen changes like in young men compared to like older generation of men? Like their behavior, the way they think, the way they treat women. Like have you both seen like just differences in how young men are treating women as compared to older generation of men treating women? Is there a difference?
Yes, there's a difference. The other one always treats, to me, I've always been treated nicely by older people than the younger ones. I just feel like maybe they don't know how to do it yet. Maybe when they're also older, then they finally understand. Like I said, the older you said, which one do we prefer, right?
Hmm.
So I said I prefer older guy because they treat you better than the younger ones. They don't know how to do it yet. I don't know, maybe they don't know how to attend to a woman or care for her yet.
I see.
but don't understand how to care for a woman yet.
I wonder if that has anything to do with age or if it has something to do with like upbringing, like wisdom.
Yes, and yes, upbringing too. And sometimes I don't know, I've just not had good experience with younger guys. That's just it.
Yeah, yeah. You seem very set on that. No more 20s. Hadija, what about you? Just in regards to like the older generation of men, do you see like younger men just not doing the same thing? Like they're not behaving the same way?
Yeah, they're not like you see young men, they have more like freedom, and that bring us to the point of they are not committed. While when dating older men, they are more committed. They want something long term compared to younger men. Plus the social media thing, it has really affected the younger men mindsets compared to the older men. The way they used to do things the elderly way, it's not the same.
Yeah. So I like that because, I wanted to ask about that. I wanted to talk about that, like social media
Mm-hmm.
and, the effects that it has had on the world, really, because it's definitely affecting American relationships, no question. But I think the interesting thing is, is social media affecting African relationships and, our young Africans starting to, listen to what's going on social media and then behaving like what they're seeing on social media. Is that something that's going on in Africa?
They do. They affect, they can be either positive or negative. So
Mm.
the most time they tend to find like the negative ones. So
Yeah.
like everything that is being done on in Africa, like everything is being borrowed from the Western culture.
Mm.
Like we didn't have social media, so those people who are in marriages, they were just living compared to they are just living according to the society, what the society is telling them. There were no social media. So
Wow.
now it has come, people are seeing things, or you've seen someone has posted something, you go comment there, your partner sees that comment, it brings conflict. So there will always be that conflict.
That's so funny. My coworker, she just got like in a fight with her boyfriend because of
Mhm.
social media, specifically because of social media. So that is a dynamic that we are struggling with. Um, but Rue, you were kind of agreeing with the same thing. How's that experience in Nigeria? Like, is that affecting relationships there with social media?
Yes, a lot. Because now there's something actually going on in Nigeria. There's this girl, she comes online and influence young ladies to not get married, things like that. And she says like she gets 20 million if a man wants to have sex with her. So she encouraged this thing, and a lot of Nigerian girls are like seeing her like the idol and things like that. And even for the men, there's also somebody that comes out and tell men, don't care for your girlfriend, don't do this, don't do that. He has a lot of worshippers, so it affects a lot. And these people, they actually take these things to heart and they act on it. So it affects a lot.
Oh, I see. So it's affecting relationships for sure, like young relationships. It's dictating like decision making. Um, and it's dictating like how one another feels about each other, and it can ruin relationships. So that's crazy. Do you feel like Africa is becoming more like westernized? Like it's losing its original values and traditions? Do you feel that way?
Yes, yes, because Africans are quick to borrow, so they always want to copy the other things what they see. They feel like they're more civilized, so they want to learn from them.
Is it like I don't want to call it like insecurity, but is it like you feel like, oh, like America or the Western world is like the right route to go because they have this, this, and this, so we have to follow them.
A lot of people have that mindset. A lot. Not everybody. A lot of people. They'll feel like, yeah, because they are doing this, that's the right thing to do. Oh, she treats her husband like this, her husband allows her to do this. Why is mine different? Why do we have to be treated like this? Things like that.
Hadija, it works the same way in Kenya, like it's more westernized, people following American, you know, American style of living and the thoughts.
Yeah, they do. Actually, you see nowadays people like married people are adapting to courts, weddings. It's not
Yeah.
like in the past we used to do like traditional weddings. Nowadays people have those small gatherings. They just wed in a small gathering. That's it. Now we are slowly losing our beliefs.
Yes, she's right.
Sounds like it's almost becoming kind of more like materialistic almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a shame. Um, because I would definitely recommend like do not follow America with like anything. Um, no traditions, no culture. Like it's just my opinion. I feel like we don't have it the right way. Yeah, I think America doesn't have it right. Our divorce rate is like 50%, which is, you know, one of the highest in the world, if not the highest. So, obviously we don't have things right if our divorce rate is so high. So I hope that, any Africans that so happen to see this, this is definitely not the way to go following American tradition and so-called love. Because I don't feel like there's a lot of that here. I think a lot of it is just materialistic and not truly caring about the other person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Black American women have this reputation for being like aggressive, um, trying to control certain aspects of the relationship, if not all of it. A lot of people say this is due to like trauma and stuff like that, but what I can say is like from my experience, um, I feel like, Caribbean women, for the most part, and more specifically African women, I think definitely African women, they seem to be like more just softer and passive and not as aggressive, which is a good thing. And that could be considered like what we would call feminine, right? Or embracing femininity. Um, do you agree with that, Rue?
Yes, I do. I agree with you. I see it a lot too. How the women there sometimes due to social media you come across these things a lot. And it's surprising that these are the things a lot of African women wants to copy, and which is not right at all. The way they are deviating from their culture and wanting to copy something from other women that they don't have culture and no morals.
Yeah. So why do you think, and we'll just speak to Nigeria. You could speak on that, but why do you think Nigerian women are, you know, I can't say, I could say for you, and you can explain your upbringing and background, but why do I get like a more softer tone from you, a more feminine tone from you? Like, where did you learn that? Is that
That's the way we all brought up. Are supposed to be feminine and speak like a woman, things like that. These are normal things you're brought up with. How to talk, how to, like especially when you have older brothers around, you don't speak to your older brother in any disrespect. No. So they train you like this already.
let's
It's
see.
just something that's supposed to be normal for every African because that's how we brought up.
So it's something that's your upbringing. Like that's culture in your household. It was to be sure that you respect men.
Yes.
That's very interesting because that's not the same thing here in America. Like I don't feel like, and I can't say all of them, but because there are sometimes absent fathers completely, like out of the childhood, um, they don't learn the correct values. And when I say they, I mean like young women don't learn how to respect men, right? They don't learn how to treat men. And that's been some of my experience that I've seen. And I think your lifestyle, your childhood, it brings a lot of light to that.
Here in Kenya, let's say here in Kenya, you cannot talk to a man anyhowly. He will beat you. Very beat you. So you see, most African women, they are soft because they are being taught with their mothers on how to like behave when you're in your when you are in your home. You are especially here in Kenya. Before you get married, you sit with women who have stayed in marriage for like 20 years. They give you advice on how to take care of your husband.
No, that's a good point, Hadija. That's a really good point. And I think that's interesting again, where, the household and your mother is telling you how to go about respecting a man and how to
Yeah.
treat him. Um, I don't feel it's the same exact way in America with majority of the households. I think I think that, they're not being taught how to do that. And it's possible that some of the boys may be growing up not knowing how to treat a woman. That may be possible as well. But, just for the sake of this conversation, uh,
Mm.
talking about women, I think that it's important to learn that in the household. So it explains why, because again, I think that there's more values being taught in um in Africa as compared to America. So, Hadija, what advice would you have for young African women that are just starting to date or they're going to start dating? What is your advice for them?
To the lady or to the man?
Let's do both. Let's do both. So let's do the lady.
To the lady who is starting her relationship, when you're in your relationship, always be humble. Like you cannot compete with a man. A man should always lead, like according to in an African way. A man is supposed to lead, and you as a woman, you're supposed to like provide emotional support. You are there as his helper. Yeah. So you be respectful, and respect goes both way for the man and also for the lady. Yeah, you both of you just know what you want and be committed to it. That's it.
That's
There's
one.
no
That's one. And to the young boys out there.
the young boys. Don't when you are young, like you cannot make good decisions. You always do things according to how the trends that we have currently. You're not making like the right choices that you come to regret later on. So take your time. Dating is not going anywhere. It is there to stay. So you take a time to choose your right partner.
Okay, I like that. Very good.
I would advise them not to go with this whole independent woman thing they're all doing. That's not something they're supposed to be because they're copying it. They're copying it. African women are copying that, so they should not do that. Woman, even in the Bible, you need a man. So learn how to be, you know, submissive, do your part, care for him, and just do your part. A lot of young girls don't like that to listen to a man. They feel like, oh, he's acting superior or something like that.
Yeah, like I feel like they're afraid of the word submissive. Like it means like slave or
Yes,
something. And that's
yes, they see it like exactly.
yeah,
But there's nothing there. What?
yeah. It's not
And
slavery at
this is
all. It's you know what's
yes,
you know what's funny? Let me tell you from a man perspective. Um, when a woman caters to me and she makes me feel good, I naturally want to provide for her in a relationship. Like I naturally want to help
yes.
her in a relationship. So it's like it's like it's back and forth. It reciprocates. So, if both people are doing what they're supposed to do. Now, listen, that was amazing. I feel really good about that. I feel really good about learning the other side of the world, how women are feeling, how relationships are, how they're going. I definitely hope to, keep these kinds of conversations going. Maybe open it up a bit more and get more deeper into specific topics. Um, and we can continue to have these discussions. But thank you both for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you, whoever has watched this. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below what you think about what you heard today about African relationships. And like I said, I hope we keep these conversations rolling. So thank you, and we'll see you all soon.